The latest milestone event is live in the game, and now that we have all the details for paranormal perception, is it easier or harder than expected? I got all the event math that I'm sharing with you in this video to help guide you to a strong finish for this event. Also, the Secret Defenders are the latest meta team, but are they skippable? At least for now. We're discussing this and the rest of your questions from the mailbag because it is Mailbag Tuesday. And if you're ready for the Valley Club, you know what to do. Find that like button and let's go smash it. And boom, here we are in the game, taking a look at some of these rewards for paranormal perception. And as we take a look at these, I do want to welcome you to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having a great day and I hope you're ready to succeed as much as possible in this event. But if this is your first time here, before we get to these numbers, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content, at least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on this channel with event calculations, gameplay videos, question and answer videos, tips, tricks, everything to help your experience in Marvel Strike Force. And as we look at some of these rewards here, I think the big item that you need to get to is this one right here. A meta item, the Scroll of Vishanti. That is at milestone 13. You need 33,000 points for that. All of your points for the month-long milestone event, all the tarot cards are at milestone 14. And one of the bigger items here, a 7 red star for Doctor Strange, is down here at milestone 18. Let's go take a look at some of these numbers to see how we could score on this. And there's 2 main ways to earn points for this. Earn mystical power orb fragments, which we're getting them from campaign energy. And now that we know that it is about 4 energy per orb frag, or 4 orb fragments per energy spent, at least on some of these harder nodes, we could do the rest of these calculations. And power cores, 8 points per power core spent. Let's go take a look at these numbers there. So again, milestone 13, 33,000 points. That is getting you the Scroll of Vishanti. Also 14, 41,000 points. That gets you all the tarot cards for the month-long milestone event. And a 7 red star Doctor Strange, that's going to be 81,000 points. Maybe out of reach for some players, but we'll talk to you about how to get that. So for the milestone points from the web, 750 milestone points per day. That is what we got today, assuming we're getting that same number over the course of 6 days. That is going to be 4,500 points from the web store. We may get more than that. We may get less than that, but at least if they remain consistent with what we got on day 1, 4,500 points from the web store over the course of these 6 days. Also on these hard nodes, the hard villains, the hard heroes, and the hard nexus, every 120 energy you spend, you're getting 420 or 480 orb fragments, which means you're getting 4 orb fragments for every energy you spend. So if you're doing no refreshes on your energy, you're getting about 628. That is your free energy. That's your free 3 claims and your web energy that you're getting for free. That is going to be 628 energy per day. 50 cores spent, that is 200 cores per day, or 50 core, doing all your 50 core refreshes, 200 cores per day. That is 1,108 energy per day. And if you're doing your 100 core refreshes, that is 600 cores per day, which may be out of the realm of spending for a majority of the players. But if you are doing that, that is 1,588 energy per day. So over the course of 6 days, if you're getting no refreshes, that is 15,000 points, a little over 15,000 points, plus those 4,500 points from the web. That is 19,000 points. Since you're not spending any power cores, that is what you're getting. And 19,000 points will get you to milestone 8. And if we go up to milestone 8, okay rewards. You're getting some Doctor Strange shards, but you're not getting a lot of these character cards, not making a lot of progress in the month-long milestone events. So I think you are going to need to spend some power cores for this, but not a lot. If you want to do your 50 core refreshes, so that is 200 power cores per day, that is going to net you 26,592 points over the course of these 6 days. With that additional 4,500 points, that is a little over 31,000 points. You're doing your 200 core refreshes over the course of 6 days with 8 points per power core spent. That is an additional 9,600 points, which means that over the course of all these 6 days, if you're doing your 50 core refreshes, not let any energy go to waste, make sure you're doing all your free claims. That is going to get you to milestone 13, which is 40,692 points. And again, milestone 13 will get you to right here. We'll get you that Book of Vishanti. So if you want to get a few more, that will get all of these tarot cards. But if you're doing your 100 core refreshes, you're going to get very, very close to that 7-star Doctor Strange. So 100 core refreshes, that is 38,000, a little over 38,000 points. Plus that 4,500, that is a little over 42,000 points. Your 600 core refreshes per day over the course of 6 days with those 8 points per power core spent. That is an additional 28,800 points, which means that you're getting, if you're doing your 100 core refreshes, a little over 71,000 points, and that will get you all the way down to milestone 17 and very, very close to that final Doctor Strange. You're still going to need to make up about 10,000 points from somewhere, either by spending more power cores, or maybe they're going to increase the amount of stuff we get for free on those web milestones, or from the web store. Well, maybe you could get a little more points, but yeah, it looks like milestone 17 for normal spenders. But if you're spending into these 200 core refreshes, you might be able to get this Doctor Strange 7-star. Now, the good thing is, I don't know if it's worth spending all that for that 7-star. I don't know if this is required for advancement in the game, but if you want to get this more, I think this is more for bragging rights, then yeah, spend on this event, get to that milestone 18. But if you want some of this good stuff here, some of this palladium, some of this gear 18 pieces, you're going to need to spend a bunch. Now, in looking at this mystical power event orb, not the worst orb that I've ever seen. It's not the best either, but in looking at the center pillar here, worst drop 52%. You're getting some of these older characters, not the best, but in this 37% and this 11%, getting some of these newer characters as well. You're getting some of these nowhere characters, some of these Bifrost characters, and a secret defender, the latest team that we have in the game. This 11% also features a little more exclusive characters, Bifrost, secret defenders, and nowhere characters. And then in looking at the left pillar, you're getting some shard drops as well here. So you're getting some possible shard drops, some consumables as well. Same thing with consumables and some common shard drops. Well, so in comparison to some of the other orbs that we've had, this is not the worst orb. So this is something that you may want to spend some power cores on anyway to get more of these, more character shards, regardless of the milestones that this is associated with. Hey, ValleyFlyin, I have a secret defender and a level up question amongst other things. Is secret defenders worth leveling up? And why is it hard for me to up newer teams? Is it gold, training mats, or lack of motivation? Why is that one of the main issues when I level up a team? So I can't speak for you, but what's causing me to not level up a lot of these teams is the lack of gold and training mats. As far as the motivation for me, well, if the team is good, if it's an arena team or if it's a raid team, I'm going to build them up. What kind of stops me as far as motivation for building a team? If they're only available in war or only usable in war, I probably won't be building them unless, like for nowhere, they're required for a legendary unlock. So legendary unlocks, arena teams, raid teams, those are what I focus on. And then I start to have fun. Now, is it worth it to build up the secret defenders? Well, I have reports of people winning in arena without the secret defenders, with just a normal apocalypse or even just hard light build, not even Ghost Rider, not even Black Cat, but having a strong apocalypse. And of course, if you have a big apocalypse, it's going to make arena a lot easier. But Kang, Red Hulk, Morgan Le Fay, Rogue still works very well against some of these defenses, but you may want to build up a very, very big, very strong hard light Miss Marvel. I think that's the key to the current arena right now. Of course, I'm recording this. We haven't had the payout for the Black Cat trials, so there's no red stars for Black Cat as of me recording this, and nobody has higher than a 4 gold star in Black Cat, so that may change things in the next week or so. But at least for right now, it looks like you could get by without building the secret defenders and still do pretty good in arena. Hey, ValleyFlyin, me again for 3rd week in a row and 4th question. Thanks for answering all of them, making a video as one offshoot from one of my requests. I have another. You may want to do a collaboration with Rage or a full-on free-to-play player content creator for this. You do a top 10 best farmable tunes list, which I love and share every time in my Discord. Thank you, my brother. My request is a full list of tunes to work on, and even longer list of tunes not to work on. So as far as best tunes to work on, I did do a beginner guide, which I talked about where I think that are the important priorities for newer players. And if you didn't see that video, make sure you check it out. The link will be up there. But basically, as a newer player, I think your priorities shifting to campaigns, trying to get to the maximum amount of campaign nodes, the maximum amount of stars, so that you could farm these character shards, farm this gear, getting your gold and all that stuff on a daily basis. Also, your challenges, again, these are something that you're going to do every single day. The schedule does rotate, but you have different challenges every day. And you also have flash events that pop up every now and then. I think those are the 3 main things that you need to start building teams for. And once you have the campaigns at a pretty decent level, you have the challenges built up to pretty much max wherever you are at the game, wherever your character's level are, and you're doing pretty good on these flash events. At that point, I think you start building on some more meta teams, like your arena teams, like your raid teams. And then once you have those built and settled, then you just build for fun, whether it be for Cosmic Crucible or War. That's what I think you should focus on. But if you're looking at some teams to focus on, make sure you check out the video that you did mention, the top 10 free to play, but also check out that beginner's guide, because that's going to have some recommendations for the best characters I think you're going to need for the campaigns, your challenges, and for these monthly flash events that pop up every now and then. Hey, ValleyFlyin, another quick question about Scopely's method. Did you notice that immediately after Black Cat event comes, complete the new arena meta, the following week event is focused on rewards received through arena ranking, actually forcing the immediate development of said team? Thoughts, feels? I don't think this is accurate. I still don't think you need secret defenders in the current arena meta. I think you can still get by with whatever team you're using. I think you eventually will need these secret defenders. They're going to start popping up, replacing some of these other tunes. Maybe not Apocalypse, maybe not Super-Skrull, but some of the other tunes that are being used in arena definitely going to replace that old Eternals and Tangled Web meta. But I think there will still be some value for Apocalypse, maybe Red Hulk, maybe Morgan Le Fay, but I don't think it's necessary for that event. And as long as I can't remember the calculations, but I think as long as you are inside a top 250, it was a pretty easy event. And as long as you're a pretty engaged player, being inside a top 250 in arena shouldn't be that difficult. Also, I'm in an alliance that does not focus heavily on war. There's quite a few don't. Yeah, I'm in one of those alliances as well. I love being a war casual alliance. Did you catch the fact that they forced development, simply making them required for Black Cat event? Yeah, for the Nowhere team, no, that was not missed. But like I said, I focus on arena teams, raid teams, and then any other weird team that would be required for a legendary. Now, the good thing is that they did change the new Avengers from war defense, which would be horrible for a legendary unlock, to a war team. So you still have some viability in war offense, kind of like the Nowhere team. So not the worst. Also, I'm in an alliance that does not focus heavily on war, as quite a few do. Yeah, that is me as well. And I love being in a war casual alliance. I think it's made the game a lot more fun. But did you catch the fact that they forced that development simply by making them required for the Black Cat event? Otherwise, a large chunk of the community wouldn't have built them. Example, I haven't touched Infestation, and my big time Spider-Man is still waiting to be recruited. Yeah, I did not miss that fact. But the good thing is Nowhere is a war offense team, which isn't as bad to build. We've had to build war offense teams in the past. I would be very, very upset if they did not make this change to the new Avengers though, and we were forced to build a dirty, disgusting war defense team in order to unlock whatever that next legendary is. So not as bad for war offense. I don't mind it as much. Even as a casual war player, it's not something that I use a lot. The good thing about Nowhere, they still have some value in some of these other game modes, mainly Cosmic Crucible. They have some value there, but they're not going to be as good as War. So yeah, I get the frustration, but the good thing is there is a little bit of versatility with the next team that they're forcing us to build. I get it's a business, obviously, about the money, but for forced development and blatant manipulations that they suggested would be reduced, allowing for more roster autonomy has not yet taken hold. I don't see it like it was. Now, for Apocalypse to unlock these individual horsemen, yeah, we had to build certain teams. But to unlock Apocalypse, we had to unlock all these characters, build up all these unlocked characters, even if they were bad. Now, what they did to give us back that agency that we wanted, they've no more Apocalypse type event. We're going back to Dark Dimension, which we can build up these bad characters that are very cheap and build them up and take them into Dark Dimension and get in there as quick as possible. Or we could wait. We could use our resources on good characters, get into Dark Dimension a little later, but not have these overlap of resources. And we have a choice for that. So I do like what they've done in Dark Dimension. Forcing us to build teams to unlock a legendary character isn't anything new. I mean, we go back to all the way back to year one with his dirty, stupid Kree minions that have no value. And Nick Fury has got a lot more importance since then. So it's not a new thing, but yeah, it's kind of annoying. I have a question related to the blog. Why you have new Avengers like Nowhere for the next legendary? I feel like the last one we're forced to build another team that for war. Don't they think that would get enough sales and the only way to build and buy new Avengers for a legendary? I don't like it. You could unlock Black Hat with a 300k team. Still will be true for the next one. I'm not sure if it's going to be true for the next one, because as we look at this blog post here, it does say it's a minimum of 100,000 to qualify for this current run of Black Hat that just ended. But it also says, please note that a minimum score of 100,000 will be for this iteration of Black Cat, which is talking about the one that just ended. And future runs may be a different amount. This will be communicated in advance for future iterations of this event. So It may or may not be the same when it returns. But as for this question about the Nowhere team for Legendary, yeah, I probably wouldn't have touched Nowhere. I'm not touching Infestation because they're more reward teams. But the reason I build Nowhere is because for this Black Cat event. The reason I'm going to build these new Avengers is for whatever Legendary it's unlocking next. And yeah, it sucks, but it's not something new. I mean, we've been dealing with this since year one. I've still had a lot of fun in the game since then, and it's just kind of a necessary evil, I feel. You know, if you want the latest legendaries, which isn't required. I mean, I'm even hearing reports that winning an arena does not require Black Cat right now, but doesn't look like it's required, and it looks like you can still get through the event, at least with a minimum score drop down to 100,000. You still get through it without a very strong Nowhere. So there's good and bad of it, but yeah, it's never fun building a trash team. I think the worst is still those Kree minions, though. At least some of these teams that we're forced to build now has some value. But Nick Fury, very valuable in today's meta. Kree minions have zero value, in my opinion, other than that Nick Fury unlock. All right, hey, ValleyFlyin, I was looking at the preview of the next month-long event, the Secret Defender orbs. I noticed something important was missing. I did not see any of the fully crafted pieces of the gear. Those things are so important in building characters. Is this an oversight or another thing they're removing like dark promotion credits? So my guess is that they're removing it like dark promotion credits, but like a lot of these decisions that they make that kind of shortchange the players, if there's enough complaining, they usually will go back on it. So in looking at this event, not the best in terms of rewards. We've had some pretty good rewards in the past. We've had some fully crafted pieces of gear, like you mentioned. We are getting these character frames, and last month we got that costume. I thought that was pretty cool. But last month we did get that store. We also got these fully crafted pieces of gear. We're getting no fully crafted piece of gear. The good thing, the good change that we are getting is a Secret Defender orb fragments. And the good thing about that, that is the current team in the game right now, because Ronin has not technically been released. None of his offers are in the game yet. So as of right now, the current team is the Secret Defenders, and we're getting current Secret Defender shards. The good thing is those are the only characters in the orb. So there's no way to get some other trashy characters, either Secret Defenders or nothing. And there's 25 of those orbs in this, and the minimum drop, the common shard drop, 6 characters each. So the minimum amount of shards that you're getting over the course of these 3 characters is 150, which is not the worst. You could get even better RNG, but the bad thing is RNG. You're not able to decide which of these 3 characters you're getting the shards for. You just got to get lucky, and hopefully on the character that you want. Other rewards include some resource drops, which are fine. Some other rewards here, more resource drops. But I think the big thing that I'm focusing on is these character shards. Now, some people, the character shards don't mean too much. I think this is pretty cool. We've gotten this character shards for Secret Defenders a lot earlier than other characters, but yeah, it does come at the expense of some of the more valuable pieces, like the dark perma credits, which were removed months ago. This fully crafted pieces of gear, which just got removed, which is very, very disappointing. Even though the major bottleneck for me is gear tier 18 and not those 17 and 16 fully crafted pieces, it still is a big hit to our progression, especially when I'm missing a lot of the stuff. Now, what they did do is they added some armory 18 orbs here, but that's only for the top 250 players. So the majority of players not seeing any of this stuff. Majority is going to be in this realm here. I wish what they would do is add more ISO 8 level 4 pieces, because a lot of these rewards feature ISO 8 level 5. There's nowhere really to get the ISO 8 level 4 in the game except for these events. And if you're doing these events and getting this ISO 5, well, you're missing out on all the ISO 4, and that's one of my major bottlenecks right now. So that is it for this video. Let me know how hard you're going to push on these paranormal perception event in the game. Are you going to push for these orbs, or are you just shooting for the bare minimum of these milestones? Let me know your thought on the current month-long milestone. Do you prefer something like they did last month with Sylvie, with an older character, not as new as the Secret Defenders, but we're getting the store, we had the costume that we can get from that? Or do you prefer the current system that we have right now with less rewards, no costumes, no store, and more current relevant character shards? I think I'd prefer last month's system. I thought that was a great event. This one is a little weak, but I do like that we're getting Secret Defender shards. So let me know your thoughts on it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helped you. And if it did, hit that like button. It is free for you. It does help on the channel. And I will see you guys next time. If you want to check out my video on what is my biggest regret in unlocking Apocalypse, make sure you check out the video up there. I will see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.